Hey garden friends, welcome back to the garden. Today I am going to plant up the circle of the secret cottage garden. Now I've debated on this and I've gone back to petunias. The gophers, leave them alone so I won't have to use gopher cages or protective measures. And I had a whole bunch that I started from seed this winter, and it's the denim shades, the Wave Petunia denim shades. And I may mix in some white plants with it. I haven't decided on that yet, but let's play it by ear. I'm going to plant up the center circle, and I'm going to take you along with me when I do it. Now, there's still weeds on the outer part of the circle. We will take care of that as we go along, and you can see how it comes out. So let's get planting. So right here is the center piece. Now, if I back up, you can see there's an outer ring, and that's where there's still plenty of weeds, etc. And there's a little bit of an indentation here. There was a big gopher tunnel there, which I sank into when I stepped close. So I tried to catch it. No such luck. But now gophers do not seem to bother my petunias, so I'm thinking they will be safe. I've noticed gophers came up. They ate all of my petunias in this circle this winter. So I'm also going to remove this silver pot and put this black pot in there. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the black pot. I just wanted a statement piece in the center here. So I didn't know. I thought of cannas. I thought of my banana tree. I'm not certain yet. But I just know that I wanted the black pot rather than this silver one. I just put this one here, I just put this one here to test out for the fountain, the solar fountain. The tip broke off, so it just does the little squirting. But I'm thinking I want more of a statement plant in there than the fountain. So, and I have another fountain over there across in that arbor. So I'm good for a fountain for my hummingbirds, etc., other birds that want to bathe in it. So I'll get my plants, I'll get my tools, we'll come back and we'll start planting this center circle. Whoops. When the sun comes out, it really warms up. It's been shady and cloudy, and yesterday it rained. And now when the sun's out, it gets much warmer. I'm going to transfer this over to the other fountain. And I'm going to empty the water out so that I can remove this. And I may need to get help. The other pot's very heavy, but I'll just take some buckets of water out. It's a holy bucket. And let it water over there. Lost my shoe. That's what you get for wearing backless shoes. So one more. I forgot about how holy this bucket was. I use it as one of my weed buckets. It really works great as a sprinkler, huh? Let's just let it sprinkle out. Maybe I'll get another bucket. Or maybe it's low enough I can just dump it over. I just didn't want it to create a huge divot from water pouring everywhere. Do it slowly. Now these daffodils, I do need to kind of prune up a little bit. I want to leave the leaves on them so that they get nutrients to the actual bulb, so that next spring they will bloom again. They were beautiful this spring. And I'll see if I can put up a little link or post or video clip of what they look like this early spring. Oh yeah, that interrupted. I've got those little stink ants really bad everywhere, and I have to watch for them because if they climb up your leg, yeah, they're just filled in here. I've got to get my Saturday lime. Anyways, make sure they're not over here where I want to work. So you see that there, the daffodils. And let me see if I can lift this pot by myself. Got a bunch of stuff on the bottom. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. My karate cry. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, man, the ants are bad. Okay. Alrighty, let me kind of see how even I got that in the center. This weed needs to go. Okay, let me get a view from that edge. Nope, way off. When you're on that side, it looks like it's too far this way. Maybe I should just get a measuring tape and stop eyeballing it. I think it's good enough. Good enough. I mean, you just come this way a bit and call it good. Once it fills in with plants, it will be just fine. So we got that part. So I'm gonna go get my tools and we'll get planting. So here we are, and I have my petunias down here. Oh, I didn't get my cutters. Let me go get my shears for my trimming back the daffodils. So I'm in a hurry, so I'm not going to take each stem out individually. I'm just going to prune it all back by at least a third, tidy it up. Some of the leaves are already turning, so having them nipped off is not going to diminish the amount of energy they put back into the bulb. Here's a larkspur here. Sorry, turn your head away if that bothers you. I don't want a larkspur in there. They get way too tall. So I'm just trimming these off. I'll leave the trimmings here. They can compost down in. And if I mulch, which I don't think I need to, around my petunias, because they fill in pretty quick, all of this will be hidden. But if not, it feeds the soil, which is my main goal in my garden. So, okay. So these are my Denim Shades petunias. They have been needing to be potted up or planted for a long time. I'm just now getting to it. Some of them are pretty dry, so I need to get this job done, and I'm glad I'm going to do it now. Another larkspur that needs to go. Okay, I got to watch for those ants, and some of these weeds need to go for sure. This is just an area I haven't been able to get to yet. Okay, I just take it as I can. I know, like I said, there's been gopher tunnels in here. This is pretty sandy soil, and I'm intending on putting up my drip irrigation through here. And I just am going to plant these up. Now, normally my plants that I transplant, I would soak in organic rev for a good half hour or so, but I'm just going to go ahead and water them in with it instead. Now, the organic rev is not a fertilizer. It's a plant root stimulant, and it helps the plant make a connection with the microbes in the soil and adds humates, carbon, etc. It's organic, as the name suggests or says, and I have seen a noticeable difference, a dramatic difference. I'm just pulling weeds. I can't stand to see them here and not get them up. Okay, I don't want to bore you to death. So there's one put in there. That pot needs to be transplanted. I should set the pots out because I'm going to put them all in here. Put them around to see how many I have. Now these will spread, so I can give them a wide space between, and there's also room behind. If I wanted to plant something a little bit taller, I could do so. But usually these fill in so thickly that they swamp out other things. So let me see how many. Okay, that's that many. Oh, these are they were kind of hidden in there. These are my milkweed that I started. I need to get those out in the ground for sure. Plant them around. I don't know, I didn't have any trouble with the gophers eating them last year, but I really would hate for them to. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not making these perfect. You could measure if you wanted to, but once they start filling in, it is not going to matter. So I will get planting. Ooh, this shirt is going to be too hot for sure. Should go put on my other garden shirt, but I wanted to get this done, and I'm just going to do it. So many things. I've had so many interruptions. Now, those daffodils are a little bit in the way, so I'm going to move them. They will move just fine. In fact, these other ones will most likely build more or grow more. So I will, you know what, these would be pretty around the edge. So I'll just put them down here. One thing nice is the gophers leave the daffodils alone. So, and I know these ones were just beautiful this winter, so this is a great idea to put some down around here when it's kind of bare. Now I have boxwoods down here that I started from cuttings, and I have an entire video on that if you prefer. I'll put the link to in the description box. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these. I don't think you want to watch me do that. It can get quite boring. And then I am going to water them in and feed all these weeds to my chickens. So I have them all planted in the circle bed all the way around. The other side has a lot of ants, and that was pretty tricky, but to not get bitten. So I've got my watering can here. This is actually one I bought to paint, but I've just not had time to paint. Everything's just so crazy busy. But here is the organic Rev, and this is what I give everything a head start with, because it helps the roots to make friends with the soil microbes. Now I'm going to do 4. This is like a tablespoon scooper. I'm going to do 4 for this container. I don't know exactly how many gallons. That's just what I'm going to do, with a little bit more. And I want to then fill it with water. I've got my hose link right back there. I love my hose link. It's perfect. It stretches all the way across over to my greenhouse. But I'm going to get that, and I'm going to fill this with water. It's going to be a little noisy, so I probably will cut out the sound for a little while so you don't get blasted. I'm going to put on shower, clean off that, and fill. I cleaned it off because the pollen has been so bad. I should have put my hair in a ponytail too. But anyways. So let it retract. It's out of the way. And now I will give everything a good bit of the organic Rev. Let it soak it around. Now I won't water anymore. I'll let this get in there and do the job. And my next step is to set up my drip irrigation out here. Until then, I can easily water with my hose link, which is perfect. I'm watching for the ants. They're really bad on that stepping stone there. Really getting that down into the soil. To give them a jump start. And then I will come back and I will show you how these are doing in about a week. And let me get down here so I can actually talk to you guys. I'll come back and show you how they're doing in about a week. And by then I should have this lower area all cleaned up and the drip in. That's my plan. Let's hope. This is Tuesday. I'm giving myself a whole week. I should be able to do it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little project we got done today, and know that next time I'll have more. I did a bunch of plant shopping, so we've got things to plant for sure. And come back for another Rose Alley tour. You would not believe the way the iris are blooming. You know what? In fact, I'll just give you a really short clip of it. I'll take you up there and you'll see, because it is just glorious right now. So let's go take a view of the iris, and I will say goodbye. Just look at these guys. Look at it. This new one opened today. I'm so glad I put it right here to enjoy. But isn't that gorgeous? Ah, so neat with the freckles on the lower petals. Let me see, I'm trying to maneuver with the tripod and it gets caught on things, but look at that. Ah, beautiful. So look up this way. I was saying in a video, no, it was a Instagram story, that I should call this right now, instead of the Rose Alley, let me move over, I should call it the Iris Alley because of all the iris that are blooming. But here is my Crown Princess Margareta Rose. Isn't it doing beautiful? I'm loving that we're having cooler weather, because normally the peachy color it gets faded out from warm sun to a yellow. But right now I'm getting to enjoy this peachy tone, is what I bought it for. So just know that if you want to get Crown Princess Margareta, that in the warm sunshine, doesn't even have to be very hot, that it bleaches out to yellow. So, oh, and one other thing, blooming, my Zephyrine Druin Rose. I do not know how to pronounce it. I always said drone, but others could pronounce it Druin, so maybe that's it. But any way you say it, it is beautiful. The only thing, the blooms don't last long, but it usually is pretty prolific with blooms. And I have another pink bloom of rose down here planted with it that continues on. And the bumblebees are going crazy over the Cat's Pajamas Nepeta. I have not been able to find more. I want to find more of this, and I keep looking. But it seems like everyone's got the cat's meow now. And the cat's meow is okay, but it's not as good or as nice. I don't like it as well as I do the Cat's Pajamas. So there you have it, a quick peek at the Rose Alley on this mid-June day. Well, here we are, friends. Actually, it's 2 weeks later, not 1 week later, but I did get my little drip irrigation in. It will be hidden by the foliage once the petunias fill in, and also you see I planted some of my white wave petunias that I started from seed in here with the denim shades, and everything's getting going well. And I added, well, the drip, of course, to the outer ring, but I put in some more boxwoods. Now these are the ones I started from cuttings down here, and then I'll take you over to show you the others I just put in. So here's some, I think this is still the Cat's Pajamas. I don't remember putting it here, but I may have. Sorry for my camera ring. There is one of the boxwoods. Now this one always had a yellow tinge in the pot, so I don't know if it's the variety or if for some reason it was struggling with lack of nitrogen, etc. So it will do great here. Either way, I like the chartreusey color. And here's another one that I put in beside, like this cutting down here doesn't seem to be doing great, but I'll leave it to fill in as it pleases. So there is the center circle. Oh, I don't know if I had done this in the last one. This down here, I had some elephant ear bulbs, and I put those into a container inside this. I think they would be beautiful here if they grow. It has been so cold. It's finally warmed up. Yesterday it got up into the 80s. Today it's going to get near 90. So if the elephant ears are going to grow, then they will take off in this heat. So there is the center circle of the Secret Cottage Garden and how it's going now. So I will see you in the next video, and come on back. We're going to have another Secret Cottage Garden tour to see where everything's at and how it's progressing. I just had shown you planting up this hay rack. I was wanting to get one for over here, but right now I'm forcing myself not to spend money in the garden until I get caught up on everything I've done and then see where we're at with the budget. So I have to be mindful of that, as most people do, and just keep track. And you know what? It can wait. It's not a big deal that I don't have another one over here. It's just one of those things I would have liked to have had done. But my site. Okay, friends, I will see you in the next video. Bye.